If you are a man over 50, here's a brutal truth you cannot ignore. More than half of men your age no longer wake up with a solid morning erection. That missing rise is not just about the bedroom. It is the first red flag that your testosterone is collapsing, your circulation is slowing, and your vitality is slipping through your fingers. You see, doctors talk about pills, gyms sell memberships, companies push expensive supplements, but none of them get to the root of the problem. Because the real issue isn't that your body is broken, it's that you've stopped moving like a man. Thousands of years ago, men didn't need treadmills, trainers, or testosterone shots. They built insane strength, powerful circulation, and unstoppable performance using nothing but their own body and primal movements passed down through generations. And here's the shocking part. Those same ancient movements still work today. In fact, science now shows that when you practice them, your body responds by releasing testosterone naturally, pumping blood into your pelvic floor, and reigniting the very signals that create hard, reliable erections. I'm Dr. Helen Carter. As a men's health and performance coach, I've spent years helping men reclaim their strength, their drive, and their manhood. And what I'm about to show you is not theory. It's what your ancestors used to survive, to fight, and to dominate. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 8 ancient exercises that reawaken your hormones, rebuild your circulation, and restore your masculine confidence. These are not gym fads. They are primal blueprints for erections that last, testosterone that surges, and performance that feels unstoppable. Stay with me until the end, because once you see how these movements work, you'll never look at your body, or your mornings, the same way again. The first movement is called the wall reachback. Its roots go back over 1,000 years to ancient archery and warrior rituals, where men trained their spines to stay tall, their chests open, and their shoulders strong. They knew that when the spine collapses, so does power. And today, this simple movement still has a direct impact on your testosterone and your erections. Why? Because modern life forces men into rounded backs and tight chests. That posture crushes your circulation and compresses the very nerves that signal arousal. By opening your chest and extending your spine, you release blood flow through the torso, down into the pelvis, and into the muscles that control erections. In other words, it's not just posture, it's a reset button for your manhood. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back to a wall. Reach your arms behind you until your fingertips touch the wall. Slowly walk your hands down the wall, opening your chest as you breathe deep. Engage your glutes, keep your hips forward, and pause where you feel the stretch. Then, return under control. Do 3 sets of 3 to 5 slow repetitions. The second exercise is called combat spiral arms. Its origin comes from martial arts warm-ups, where fighters prepared their shoulders and lungs before stepping into battle. They understood that a man who could control his breath and open his shoulders could fight longer, stay calmer, and strike harder. Today, this same movement has a direct link to your testosterone and your erections. Tight shoulders and shallow breathing crush performance more than most men realize. When your chest is locked up, your breath stays weak, oxygen levels drop, and blood circulation slows, especially to the pelvic region. Spiral arms undo that trap. Each rotation opens your ribcage, pumps fresh oxygen into your blood, and lowers stress hormones that strangle testosterone. It's not just mobility. It's a hormonal reset every time you move. Here's how you do it. Stand tall or settle lightly into a squat. Extend your arms and spiral them slowly outward as you inhale, then spiral inward as you exhale. Feel the movement flow with your breath. Practice 3 sets of 10 slow rotations in each direction, and you'll notice how much lighter your chest feels and how much stronger your energy becomes. The third movement is called the woo bounce. For centuries, martial artists used this elastic drill to condition their joints and tendons, making their bodies springy instead of stiff. They knew one truth: stiff men break, but flexible men deliver power. And when it comes to erections, that lesson is just as real today as it was hundreds of years ago. Erections are all about pressure and release. Your blood has to surge into the pelvic chambers, then be held firm by tendons and smooth muscle. If your joints are rigid and your tissues are weak, that pressure leaks away. The woo bounce trains your body to absorb and redirect force, building resilient tendons and supple hips. It's not just flexibility. It's teaching your body to stay strong, responsive, and ready when blood rushes in. Here's how to do it. Place one leg up on a bench, lock the knee, arch your lower back slightly, then bounce forward gently. Keep your shoulders relaxed, exhale with each bounce, and let the hips open. Aim for 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. Over time, you'll feel looser, lighter, and far more resilient. The fourth exercise is the legendary horse stance flow. This posture has been practiced for over 1,500 years in Shaolin martial tradition. Warriors would hold this stance to forge legs of steel while keeping their upper body loose and mobile for strikes. It looks simple, but it forges raw power from the ground up. For men today, the horse stance is more than just leg training. Your thighs and hips are the largest muscle groups in the body, and when they are activated, your testosterone surges. Strong legs and an open pelvis create the foundation for blood to flow freely into the pelvic floor, fueling harder, longer-lasting erections. Every second you hold this stance, your body is reminded of its primal strength, the same strength your ancestors relied on to survive and dominate. Here's how to do it. Stand with your feet wide, lower your hips until your thighs are nearly parallel to the ground, and keep your torso tall. Slowly wave your arms side to side or overhead, breathing naturally. Hold for 60 seconds, rest, and repeat 3 times. Your legs will burn, but your hormones will thank you. The fifth exercise is the Sumo ground squat. This movement has been around for centuries, rooted in farming, labor, and sumo wrestling. Men who worked the land or fought in the ring needed hips that could open wide and knees that could stay strong under pressure. And today, this primal squat still speaks directly to a man's testosterone and erection power. Why? Because the deeper you can sit, the more control you have over your pelvic floor. These are the muscles that determine whether blood stays trapped in your erection or leaks away too soon. A strong, mobile squat teaches your body to own the ground, opening the hips, strengthening the knees and ankles, and firing up the very muscles that control blood flow below the belt. When your pelvis moves freely, testosterone rises, circulation improves, and erections regain their solidity. Here's how to do it. Stand with your feet 1.5 to 2 times shoulder width apart, toes turned out comfortably, sink low, place your hands on the ground, and rock side to side or pulse gently. Hold for 30 seconds or pulse 20 times. Repeat for 3 rounds and feel your hips unlock their hidden power. The sixth exercise is the loaded bear crawl. Crawling is one of the most primal movements a man can do. It's how humans first explored the world as infants, and how warriors once carried gear-dragged prey and survived in rough terrain. When you add load to this crawl, you unlock a hidden training effect that no machine can match. Why does this matter for testosterone and erections? Because the bear crawl demands total body coordination while placing deep stress on your core, shoulders, and grip. These are the very positions that challenge your nervous system, fire up your largest muscle groups, and trigger the release of testosterone naturally. And unlike isolated gym lifts, crawling with load forces blood to surge through your torso and hips, enhancing pelvic circulation and strengthening the foundation of harder erections. Here's how to do it. Start on all fours with your hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Lift your knees a few centimeters off the ground. Move the opposite hand and foot together while keeping your hips low and your spine neutral. Add a sandbag, weight plate, or resistance on your back for intensity. Crawl 10 to 20 meters, rest, and repeat for 3 rounds. The 7th exercise is the predator crawl. Long before gyms existed, men had to stalk prey, crawl through rough terrain, and move silently to survive. This primal movement trained not just the body, but the instinct of a hunter. And when you bring it back today, it becomes one of the most powerful ways to fire up your testosterone and rebuild raw masculine endurance. Unlike machines that isolate one muscle, the predator crawl forces your shoulders, core, and hips to work together as a single unit. That counter-coordination sends a surge through your nervous system, activating deep muscle fibers and spiking natural testosterone. Even more, the constant tension across the pelvis drives circulation where men need it most, feeding the blood vessels that control firm erections. If you want primal conditioning, you must move like you're hunting again. Here's how to do it. Get into the bear crawl position. You can add a sandbag on your back or attach a rope to drag weight behind you. Crawl forward slowly, keeping your hips stable and your core tight. Move for 10 to 20 meters, rest, and repeat for 3 rounds. Each crawl reminds your body of its original design: strong, resilient, and ready. The 8th exercise is the primal roll and rise. This movement is older than civilization itself. Our ancestors had to get up and down from the ground countless times each day, whether to eat, fight, or escape danger. It may look simple, but it is a survival skill that reveals just how connected your body really is. Modern research proves something astonishing. Men who can rise from the ground without support actually live longer. And for testosterone and erections, this matters more than you think. Rolling and rising ties together your spine, hips, and shoulders into one coordinated chain. It forces your core and pelvic floor to stabilize under shifting pressure. The result is smoother circulation, stronger hormonal signaling, and the ability to control your body when it counts. If you can rise with grace, you can perform with confidence. Here's how to do it. Start lying on your back, your side, or even your stomach. Roll naturally into a squat or standing position, then reverse the motion with control. Try 3 sets of 5 to 10 repetitions. The goal isn't speed, it's mastery. Each rise is a reminder that vitality belongs to men who can command their own movement. So now you've seen them. 8 ancient exercises that built warriors, hunters, and survivors long before machines or gyms ever existed. And the truth is, they still work today because they don't just train muscles. They awaken your hormones, restore your circulation, and give you back the masculine edge that modern life has been stealing from you. Think about what each one does for you. Wall reachbacks. Free your spine and open blood flow. Spiral arms reconnect breath and strength. The woo bounce toughens your joints so blood can surge without leaking away. The horse stance and sumo squat ignite your hips and legs, the very engines of testosterone. Crawling like a predator loads your body the way life once demanded, and rolling to your feet proves you still own your strength. Together, they form a system, one designed by nature to keep men strong, virile, and ready. But here's the real question. Which one will you start with? Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, will you choose to remain stiff and stuck, or will you drop into one of these primal movements and feel your blood rush back to life? Remember, a single choice can shift your hormones, your erections, and your future as a man. If this message spoke to you, smash that like button so more men can find it. Subscribe right now, because in my next video, I'll reveal the one food combination that triggers a testosterone surge in under 30 minutes. You do not want to miss that. And share this video with a brother, a friend, or even a son who needs to hear it. One click could be the spark that restores his manhood forever.